Has this ever happened to you before? Let me give you a couple of examples, and if you're like most people, the answer is probably yes. Number one, you've been driving in your car for a period of time, only to get there or close to your destination, and you realize, holy cow, how did I even get here? I don't remember anything about the drive. I don't remember what I did, only to find yourself at the destination. That's a pretty common one. The other one is around the idea of being at an event or a party of some kind. You get almost done with the event, or maybe you're at home following the event and you realize, wow, that flew by and I don't remember much of anything. You know, we went from activity to activity. I talked to different people, but I don't recall much of it at all in any great detail. These are just different kinds of examples of unconscious living, really working on autopilot versus ever being present into what's truly going on. And if you're like a lot of people, you probably have these situations maybe daily. So what I want to talk about in this video is 3 ideas to quickly bring you back into the present that you can use absolutely anytime, anywhere, that can help to make some of these situations a little bit less frequent for you. Before we jump in, if you're brand new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. What you can expect here is each week posting videos around meditation, breath work, spirituality, different health hacks that you can implement to live a more full and meaningful life. Let's get into this. So if you can relate to any of the examples that I talked about in the beginning, that's pretty common. Science has proven that somewhere in the realm of 80 to upwards of 90% of people's day, they're living entirely on subconscious and autopilot type of behavior. In some cases, this can be really good because in a lot of cases when we do drift off, that subconscious being able to kick in and drive the car for us, or for the different habits that really keep our life moving in the direction we need, that can be critical. But if you're finding yourself over and over again running into situations where you just don't know what the heck you did with your day, then maybe some of these tips can be meaningful for you to help make some shifts that are going to allow you to live a little bit more present each day. Okay, number 1, very basic, and that is to come back to your senses. It sounds so simple, but ask yourself, how often do you really focus on what it is that you're seeing? What are you hearing? What are you listening to or doing? Coming back to your core senses really helps to bring you back very quickly into the present, and really you can kind of be like, wow, okay, I'm here, I'm seeing this, I'm hearing this, I'm doing this, I'm currently in this situation. By doing some of those basic core things and becoming aware of actually what's taking place around you can help to ground you. And very quickly, if you do that over and over again throughout your day, you're going to see less of the what the heck happened today types of moments. And those can really help to ground you as you move throughout your day. So a couple examples on this. If you're having a conversation, actually focus on talking with that other person. Focus on listening. Hear the words that are coming out of their mouth. Focus more on the conversation versus what you're going to say next. Helping you to come more present in conversation is a great way. In addition, probably the most powerful way is, how often do you actually taste and enjoy what it is that you're eating? I've always been a pretty fast eater myself, so this is something for me to come back to day after day, actually focusing on what does the food taste like. And I'll tell you, you'll be amazed at the taste of food, even the most basic of food, when you're able to taste and actually enjoy what it is that you're eating now. That's a great way to help to kind of anchor you into the present moment. Give that one a try. So really engaging your senses, whatever it is that you're doing, a conversation, you're simply outside, you're taking in what's around you. That can be incredibly powerful. Point number 2 that I want to touch on is the idea of actually doing one thing at a time. In a world where multitasking and the ability to do so many different things at the same time is so valued, the ability to actually do one single thing at a time and to truly put your focus on that activity is so powerful. I'm not going to get too far into it, but they've done a number of different studies and research around the idea of, is multitasking more effective versus doing one thing at a time? And they've proven pretty well that the ability to do one thing at a time, that individual will be far more productive than the person balancing many different things. The brain is able to actually focus on what it is that you're doing. And by focusing, again, you're actually able to take it in. What is the task that you're doing? What is currently in front of you? Again, bringing you back into the present versus, oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. Oh, my phone is ringing. Got to do this. Listening to music, answering a text, answering a message, answering an email. It gets crazy. So if you can really get to a point where you're going to do one thing at a time, that can be very powerful. And by focusing on one task at a time or one conversation at a time, it's a great way to anchor you. And in combination with leveraging your senses in whatever it is you're doing, these are two very powerful techniques that can be used together to really make sure that you're getting the most out of your day. As always, I like to save the best for last. With this last point, so often throughout our lives, we go from thing to thing, activity to activity. Point number 3 is the idea around setting an intention for whatever it is that you're doing. It goes very well in line with the last thing of focusing on one thing at a time. But let me ask you, how often do you actually focus on what the ideal outcome is for whatever it is that you're doing? If you're bouncing around between 12 different tasks, you probably have not asked yourself that ever. If you get to a point where you are doing one thing at a time and you're able to center in on that, ask yourself, what's the ideal outcome of whatever it is that I'd like to accomplish? The ability to set an intention. Let's say you plan on writing for a period of time, for a half hour. A good intention would be, I plan on writing for the next 30 minutes, feeling completely in flow, letting my ideas and creativity come out. And at the end, I feel really excited about what it is that I accomplished. So this does two different things. Number one is we focus on one thing at a time, and we're able to center in on that, bringing us into the present moment. That intention also brings us to a point of centeredness. And then lastly, quantum physics and science continues to prove it, that what we focus on, we generally move towards. So why not focus on what it is that we want? An amazing way to break up your day. If you're gonna drive somewhere, what's the intention for the drive? I plan on being calm and arriving in a peaceful state. Or if you're about to eat dinner, I'm going to really enjoy this dinner with my family. These quick intentions help to not only bring you to a place of centeredness, but they also help to break up your day to where from one thing to another, you can focus on that next thing. And then by adding in that intention, additionally, you help to sort of pave the path towards reaching your ideal outcome. So those three things, coming back to our senses in whatever it is that we're doing one thing at a time, and then very quickly to piggyback off of that, when we're doing one thing at a time, what's the intention of what we want in that activity? Focusing on what it is we want, breaking it up from segment to segment throughout your day, focusing on what you want versus what you don't want, and just being aware of actually what's taking place in your day. These three things are really powerful. In future videos, I do plan on diving a little bit deeper into the idea of intentions, both really big and really, really small, and all the different things that go into those. So that's the video. If any of these have resonated with you, really give them a try. I'm telling you, if you can start to focus on one thing at a time, bringing your senses into it, and then what is it that you actually want to see happen in your life? Those three things can really make a dramatic difference for you. If you like the video, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to seeing you next. Thanks.